Creator and creation are not separate. They are together and one. What seems to be a creator is also creation itself. And the creator cannot know itself without the knowledge. If there is only creator, which mind understands, a God, divine, a source, if that's all there is, how can it know itself? You need something else to know. Just like if you only have this body, but there is no mirror to reflect, you cannot look at your face. You need a reflection in the water, mirror, glass, or something to reflect back so you can see yourself. Otherwise, you have no way to look at yourself. So there is some sort of mirror, some sort of external device is required so you can actually look into and make sense of your face, your eyes, your nose. The same way, divine source also creates a mirror-like vessel so that from that vessel it can experience itself. That's why this human vessel is the most important form out of all beings, because it is a perfect design. Not that creation does not express itself in other forms, but in this form it has reached the level that it can now investigate, look, build devices, and finally knowledge. Without the knowledge, it cannot see itself, it cannot know itself. Not information about what you see or what is seen, not that information. That is mind's creation, the language, defining everything, dividing everything. And if it cannot divide, it cannot say. And through the same process, there is a knowledge of that which is beyond language. Language cannot define it. It can only point to it. Because what language can do is only define what you can say. But it cannot define what is beyond language. And what is beyond language does not come in understanding as a language. It is knowing, it is experiencing itself. And the knowledge, what it does, it only tells you that understanding is limited. Because if this is not spoken, that understanding or the language or what you understand is limited, mind does not understand that its understanding is limited. And once it is clear that it is limited, then the language has done its role, because it cannot define what is beyond. I was always told to go to temples when I was little, or what you see me as, or what you know me as. I never understood why, but I went along sometimes, not always. I always wondered what kind of God is it that needs a shelter, that needs air conditioning, that needs facilities for its own self, and we go there to ask things, health, wealth. What kind of God is it that we have to build things for the God? God cannot build it. Never made sense to me. So I stopped going. I did not know why. Now I know. How can you go to a place or have this understanding that God can give you something that is understandable, but you are going to give something to God? How is that possible? You ask God that give me this, give me that, give me health, give me wealth, clear all my sins. That is understandable, that you are surrendering yourself to that what you don't know. But that means that it is everywhere, not just in four walls. It does not need anything at all. It is sufficient in itself. The only thing it lacks is knowledge of itself. And it does not need knowledge of itself. In that regard, it is complete. If the humans, if the knowledge, all the books, scriptures, everything is vanished, this planet vanish, does not mean that which is understood as divine vanishes. It remains. It is still functioning, but it does not know what it is. It needs a mirror. But you are now looking at the direction which has been now misunderstood. If I say Jal, you cannot understand this word that I just spoken. You can only understand now when I say water. Two different words pointing to the same water. Water does not change, the words change. And these words will keep changing. After 1,000 years, this English will also change. And what is spoken today will not make sense. And if it gets translated, that is their translation, whoever thought that they understood what is spoken, not actually who is speaking through where the words are coming from. Water does not change, divine does not change, God does not change. These are just different names, but that itself remains the same. And if this phone that you're seeing this video on, or TV or any device, is dressed up holy, is dressed in saffron clothes, white clothes, you can dress this phone up in a different facial hairs or anything. Would the knowledge or the message change? It will not change. Whatever you are hearing, it will remain as it is. Dressing up differently does not change anything. It does not make this video wise or any less. It is as it is. It is the knowledge, not the outer form, not the dress. What is speaking is not what you see. I am not there. And it will be very difficult for you to understand that divine is also present in the device, but it is very difficult for you to understand. Divine is not just one thing. It is everything. Every single thing is that itself, not fixed from one point to another. That is mind. And only when you go beyond mind, because mind cannot understand, mind can only understand what it hears. But your intelligence has been blocked by these notions of wisdom, clothes, appearance. So anything or anyone that you see dressed up in a way that you understand wisdom, or someone has arrived into a divine's land, you bow to them. And you ask your kids to bow to them because you have fear. Misunderstanding does not remove fear. Truth removes fear. Knowledge of what is truth, who you really are, removes the false in you. And when false goes, there is no fear. Absolutely no fear at all. Because you are not just this body, you are everything, but you don't know yet.